Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really brief but absolutely crucial financial warning from our source material. And look, this applies to literally everyone, whether you're a seasoned Wall Street veteran or you're literally just opening your very first savings account today. This matters. It's a short piece of text, but honestly, it's a massive wake-up call for all of our financial futures. Let's dive right into this bold directive. Avoid the most common money errors before it's too late. Just sit with that for a second, right? It doesn't say you might want to occasionally watch out for mistakes. No, it fully assumes these traps are already set, they are waiting for you, and the clock is actively ticking for you to sidestep them. Which brings us to Section 1, the common investor, where we're defining the target of these financial traps. Notice how the text deliberately uses the word common. That completely strips away this illusion that only the Wall Street elites face financial ruin. And it frames the danger perfectly. A financial pitfall? It isn't some massive brick wall you can spot from a mile away. It's an obscured trap. It's like you're walking along what feels like totally solid ground. You're paying your bills, putting a little cash away, and suddenly, bam, the floor just gives way. Financial disaster rarely announces itself with a megaphone. It waits quietly in the shadows. Okay, moving on to Section 2, mistakes everyone makes. We're looking at the universal nature of money errors. The text explicitly states that these aren't just mistakes made by foolish people. These are errors made by everyone. It totally democratizes financial failure. And by asserting that literally everyone makes these errors, the source does something pretty fascinating. It removes the shame we usually associate with money trouble, but then instantly replaces it with a really stark warning. You aren't naturally immune to this, which means you've got to be highly intentional if you want to stay safe. So this builds a direct bridge between you, the common investor, and literally everyone else on the planet who interacts with money. Just by participating in the economy, you are stepping into a system where people are inherently prone to making these exact same errors. It's just an unavoidable landscape we all have to navigate every single day. Now for Section 3, before it is too late. This is the ticking clock of financial ruin. Honestly, this is probably the most agitating part of the warning. The phrase, before it's too late, implies a really strict, unforgiving timeline. Let's break it down. At minute 0, you make a common money error, right? And often, you don't even realize you did it. Then, months or even years pass. The danger is silently compounding in the background. The trap tightens. And finally, we hit that point of no return. Too late. The text is essentially warning us that financial mistakes have a terminal velocity. Once you reach a certain compounding point, it becomes incredibly difficult, maybe even impossible, to fix. Let's just pause here for a second to see how this source carefully layers these concepts to maximize the gravity of the whole situation. The traps are common, they are specific money errors striking right at our livelihoods, and there is a definitive point where it becomes too late. It's this exact combination of high frequency and total finality that creates this incredible sense of urgency without resorting to full-blown panic. All right, Section 4, avoiding the money errors. This is the pivot to proactive financial defense. Because despite this massive looming threat, the source material actually offers a super clear, empowering directive. Step 1, you absolutely must acknowledge the financial mistakes everyone makes. Why? Because you just can't avoid what you refuse to see. Step 2, actively avoid them. And avoid is an action verb here. It means consciously mapping out these pitfalls and intentionally steering your financial life around them every single day. Ultimately, as we review the core thesis of this explainer, it's asking us to humbly accept our financial vulnerability. The system is complex, the traps are everywhere, and honestly, our basic human nature makes us susceptible. But deeply understanding that vulnerability and accepting that we're prone to the exact same mistakes as everyone else, well, that is the very first step to effectively protecting our wealth. So here is the ultimate question you have to ask yourself right now. Will you take the necessary steps to actively protect your wealth, or will you just fall victim alongside everyone else? Will you avoid the pitfalls before it's too late? The clock is quietly ticking, the traps are definitely out there, and the choice of what happens next, that's entirely yours.